macadamia oil, which has this amazing buttery flavor and high smoke point, making it perfect for cooking or drizzling over meals. I've been eating their snacks for a while. I'm a big fan of the snack bars. It's all great stuff and it's great for you. So up your snack game today and head to houseofmacadamias.com/Joe and use the code Joe to get 20% off your purchase. And for a limited time, they're giving listeners a bottle of their premium extra virgin macadamia oil worth $20 for free. That's houseofmacadamias.com/Joe with the code Joe.
Train by day, Joe Rogan podcast by night, all day.
Hey, first archery shot ever. 40 yards with an 80-pound compound bow. You got it right in the fucking light. That's an amazing. You should probably quit now.
Yeah.
I mean, to take the first of all, the bow's not even set up for you. The way the bow is set up is for me. I have shorter arms than you. You would have a longer draw length, so you have to kind of like move your body a little, set to that peep sight. That's a long shot, and you got it right in the vitals.
Yeah. Now, what were you thinking when I struggled to do that?
It's weird.
Oh, that is a common thing to happen.
Yeah. Oh, you didn't have any excuses with Brian Callen. That's technique. I mean, it is technique, but it's just good processing.
Yeah, it's a lot of weight. I have real respect for bowling.
It's hard. Yeah. It's very hard, but it's really satisfying.
Like, it puts in perspective, like the people who can do it on horseback, and you see them movies and shit. A lot didn't think it was that hard.
But that's a next level. Horseback is crazy. The Mongols would time the shot. The horse was in the air.
Yeah.
So the horse was in the air.
Oh, big gallop.
Yes. So they would.
We always talk about, like, Genghis Khan and how he was able to take over the world. Was the competitive advantage horseback with weaponry?
They had a lot of things going for them. They had strategy, first of all. They had devious, wild strategies. And they would set people up. Like they would send a small party out, and those people would go after the small party, chase them down, and lead them into like a canyon filled with monsters and slaughter everybody and block the exit. They would hold a siege. They would attack a city, and they would just camp outside the city until everybody starved out. And then they would start killing people and lighting them on fire and putting them on catapults and launching them over the walls and light their own houses on fire with the dead bodies of people they killed. Those motherfuckers killed 10% of the population.
That's the crazy thing. Why was Genghis Khan so effective? Like, certain points out how you get that well.
There's also a lot going on. There's the knowledge of the recurrent bow. They were looking at catapults. And they just had crazy that, no one's scared of the Mongols now. You know? And then when one of those dudes fights in the UFC, you're like, Jesus.
Wait, who's Mongolia?
We have Mongols from that Caucasus region of the world, but there's a lot of people from Kazakhstan,
So all the stands are
those guys that look a little Asian. Yeah.
Manov.
Yeah, Shop, rock.
Yeah.
And I'm motherfuckers so good. All but they're just so tough. It's just crazy that they took over the whole world at one point in time. And that's a lesson for America to learn. Because Americans have this idea that we are the centerpiece of the military of the world. This is it. This is the baddest fucking army that's ever existed, bro. No one's gonna stop us. But the reality is, every single civilization that has control has gone. Oh,
And the new civilization.
Yeah, the problem is if we go out ugly. But unless China is clever and they slowly dismantle our power grid, slow over a long period of time. If you're a real conspiracy theorist and kind of Reddit tinfoil hat, boy, you would think that China would not do a big thing, but a constant series of small things that people get accustomed to. You know, cyber warfare, they would start, hacking things, financial disruption, crash power grids. Do it slow. Do it over decades. You got plenty of time. As long as you don't know the United States first, they're not going to do that. They're not going to. Like they did that once. We're not going to do that. If anybody is going to be a first bomber, it's not going to be us. It's not going to be us. There's no way. That's a problem. That's a strategic problem. Because we're all worried about Putin. What if Putin gets back to the war? What if Ukraine starts winning? What if this? What if that? What if Putin really does have cancer? What if he decides to go out with a bang? We're worried about that. No one's worried that Biden just nukes China. What if Biden's like, what's this TikTok? You don't want to talk? You don't want to talk? You don't want to tell us about the code? How about this? Boom! Never. We would never think that the Biden administration would go and do something.
And you know that because they know like
Yeah, so you could do sneaky things. I would do sneaky things. If I was China, or if I was Russia, or if I was Iran, if I was some country that didn't like us, I would do sneaky things.
So is that the concern?
Oh yeah, there was some fascinating conversations today.
Because I was like they were going to ban.
For sure, they're not telling the truth. Like the way this CEO was talking to the senator today is like, oh my God. It's like they just want to say whatever they have to say to get out of it. Like he doesn't answer the questions. He dances around, and the senator keeps trying to say, that's a yes or no question. That's a yes or no question. Like these dudes have been sending data to China from day one. And they're doing something with that data. They're accumulating, they're finding out how coordinated our kids are. They got facial recognition on all of them. They're just trying to find out how coordinated actually.
Wow, everything is just a little bit information.
Get down to that app. It's cloud, but they have so many things going for it. First of all, it's very easy to get a big following. It's very easy to get shared. You can blow up, so that gets people excited about it and use it. And it's genuinely a really good portal for creativity. Like some people do some interesting shit on there.
I almost think it's our fault it's successful because we did. Like we need some responsibility here. Like why is another country coming up with the best form of social media? That's on us. We dominated social.
That's Adam Curry's theory. What he says. Adam Curry doesn't believe it's any different the way he gathers data than what the Americans. It's just better distributed. He just thinks that no, it's just China kicking our ass. And we want to stop us from doing that. Yeah. But we're not doing things that are that much different. Yeah. I don't know if that's true. I don't know. It's just Adam is very smart though.
You know, I think that there's something to that. So if you want to win the culture war, you've done that so well, right? Like, you want to share our culture around the world. Watch our you watch an average, you're just like, how amazing is it?
I don't want Rocky wins with American short time. American flag short time.
I mean, over there running just cheering like,
if we can change, you can change. We all change. 30 years later, same fucking problem. Same fucking problem. I remember when that problem went away. I remember when the wall came down, we were so relaxed. It was amazing. Alright, see, when I was in high school, okay, in the 1980s, I was a freshman in 1981, and back then we were terrified of war with the Russians. We were terrified fear of a nuclear war with the Soviet Union.
And break this down to me. So it's like things that we're watching the news and they keep fear mongering. People believe it. Is it false propaganda?
100% there was fear mongering. There was definitely. It's always been if it bleeds, it bleeds. You know, we talk about how bad the news is today, but the reality is, like 5 o'clock news, you get home from work, it was always the worst shit that happened. Double homicide in Brooklyn. It's always the worst shit of the day. And also, out of respect, it's the worst shit out of the day. Right? The big one was always Russia, and you would see the Soviet Union, and you would see their leaders, and you would see their army. And it was terrifying. They were the last great communist empire. Right before China blew up. Back then, we were worried about China. Everybody was worried about the Soviet. You felt fear. All serious stuff. And she's from me. She felt the same thing. Some of my other friends, I asked them, they grew up in different parts of the country. Yeah, everyone was scared. Everybody was scared of the fucking Russians. Like there was all these movies like Red Dawn, the Russians invade, we kick their fucking ass, send them back home. You know, that was what everybody was afraid of. And then the wall fell. And so when the wall fell and the Soviet Union collapsed, you have to realize like that was a monumental change in the world. People relaxed. We relaxed. I was like, thank God, there's no more war. So what year is this? What was here was the collapse of the wall. What was the year they blew the wall?
So then, and then
what were you? 89.
Okay, so 90s.
So the 90s come along and no one's worried about war anymore.
A cultural apathy.
Well, there's a lot of bad things made in the 90s. These are the worst American cars that have ever existed in the 90s. We got real sloppy in the 90s. I look at, like, one of the things I look about with America, like how the two Americans, was their cars like? Was their cars like?
So space race produces some beautiful cars.
Space race and psychedelic cars. So space race is direct correlation.
60s?
Yes.
So you have all the cars that are coming out.
50s too.
50s,
63 was when Kennedy. So that's one of the first men on the moon.
So they're using all that crazy space influence, or like spaceship influence on the cars. And there's no restrictions.
Not much space influence really.
Some of these big, like, what is it, the big Cadillacs and stuff like that, they look like a fucking
They
spaceship.
do,
Right?
yeah, the old ones.
And there was no restrictions. Like, you didn't have to go, okay, it has to have this much gas mileage.
Right, none of that. No airbags. Yeah.
And then, okay, so that goes away, and then psychedelics are 70s.
Well, psychedelics are 60s.
Oh, yes.
And then in 1970, they passed this sweeping Schedule 1 psychedelic act that makes all those drugs Schedule 1 forbidden drugs. All the drugs that are non-toxic, like psilocybin, like things that your body makes, like dimethyltryptamine, all those things become, all those things become Schedule 1. And then automobile design drops off a fucking cliff. I mean, drops off a cliff. It's not totally, there's a correlation. It's not, maybe not totally the cause because it coincides with the gas prices. So there's
70s is what happens when do we remember the dollar? That's
a good question.
73 or something like that. This is your bad. Yeah. Well, Sundays.
It's good, right?
The repost is crazy.
Yeah, it's very tasty. We're prepared for some fucking freeze.
No. But yeah. What is it? There's a whole like petrodollar thing that comes on after that.
I'm not aware of all that stuff. I'm not good at that stuff.
I think this is just where we make the deal where it's like oil has to be sold in US dollars. And now we have a backing to the dollar. When for a while we didn't, right? When we were moving gold. Was it Nixon or moving gold? 71. But and now we're in that situation right now where most oil is sold in US dollars, and those countries that decide not to, if we're going to hit this territorial, those people who have decided maybe they won't sell it in US dollars, they have difficulties here.
Yeah. That's always been the game.
What does that mean?
We should have to really fuck this up. But also, we can just talk shit, and it doesn't matter because we're not experts. So we just
Exactly. It's so funny that people get upset by that. Like, listen, this is a conversation that I would have whether or not cameras are on. So you just gotta be able to, you gotta be able to deal with that.
That's it. Don't take anything we say seriously.
Bro, especially us.
That was literal professional clowns.
Yeah. I was messaging you, I think, about after we had Dan Cricker on the pod, and Uncharted actually.
Yes, he's great.
He's great, and everybody was like, dude, it's so awesome. Shane Gill's dad showed up to the pod, and I was like, well, I guess they think that he looks like Shane, the old version of Shane. But what I loved about the pyramid conspiracy is that the stakes are so low. Right? There's no good. Nobody's dying. It's like, did it happen? Did it not happen?
It's just how old is the civilization?
That's it. It's 10,000.
Do you know that even with that, because Graham Hancock has seriously racist. He's not racist.
I'm not saying that black people didn't still do it.
It's just older black. 100% black.
Yeah.
It was 100% that you could have it. 100%. No white people who lived in Africa.
Yes, that's it.
All Graham Hancock is saying is that it's very likely that the entire world experienced a cataclysmic disaster around 11,800, 12,000 years ago, somewhere in that range, and it knocked us back into the Stone Age. But most people who are around before that, we just have a hard time imagining that because we don't have any evidence of it, and we just don't think
execution matches up with technology. If we found some tech, it would make sense. I think that we could go, okay, maybe we did that 4,000 years ago, whatever it is. But so far, the idea of like a chisel on a stone, carving all these rock blocks, and then people just dragging them in the sand and taking the seeds.
There's some real problems with that. There's some real problems with the actual physical limitations of the size of these obelisks, where they're cutting them in the mountains. They have to move the hundreds of miles. Like, how are you getting them out of the mountains? What are you doing? That's 1,000 tons. What the fuck are you saying?
Yeah. You said it, I think I was listening to you guys, you were like, and I get that.
I don't know if you could. I really don't know if you could.
I think we could.
Do you know if you cut and place 10 stones a day, it would take you 664 years to make it. That might be wrong. There's 2,300,000 stones in the Great Pyramid.
We need to go.
I know it, too.
We need to go. The craziest thing that I've seen. Like Barnes,
Talking to Randall Carlson, talking to Graham Hancock, I more and more think that we just have to use our imagination because we're thinking of technology only as technology that we've implemented, like these microphones and cell phones and shit. But it's possible there's a completely different branch of technology that they have figured out something that allowed them to manipulate enormous stones. We just haven't figured it out.
I mean, just think about this. Like, imagine there was this captain, right? Within 100 years, like this idea of why Earth does not exist. It's a story. So wait, what do you mean? The internet? Yeah, exactly. It's just absurd. It doesn't exist. You can't hold on to it. Right. So right now we're looking for all these tools and hold on to it. And that makes sense to us. But we can't conceive of this like technology that exists just in the air. How would you describe Wi-Fi to some dude that you're not even You couldn't. It's the same way that like you fuck with the chat GPT thing at all.
Yeah.
Okay, I don't even know what to ask it because I'm not familiar enough with what AI can do. So I would still ask it like Google questions because that's what I'm fluent in.
Yeah.
Does that make sense?
I think you can talk to chat GPT or as if it's a car.
So I would just I got some questions.
Right? Am I close? Maybe chat GPT 5.
Can we chat GPT that?
Hey, can we talk to them now?
Yeah, you can talk to her. Hey, you know who invented Wi-Fi? Henry Lamar. The actress. That's true, right? Probably just Wi-Fi. Eddie Lamar was this gorgeous actress. Was a brilliant woman. Like, yeah. Although she died in 2000, Lamar was inducted into the National Inventors Hall of Fame for the development of her frequency hopping technology in 2014. She did it way before 2014. Such achievement has led Lamar to be dubbed the mother of Wi-Fi and other wireless communications like GPS and Bluetooth.
And why did she invent this for playback or something like that?
No idea. She was a scientist before she was an actress. She was just hot. No one gave a fuck.
I mean,
She was so hot, yeah. She was so hot.
is that a function of Lamar?
Do you know Leah Lamar? The stand-up?
Yeah.
That's
her relative?
Yes. Because I had this bit about Hedy Lamar, and Leah had to talk to me. And Leah came up to me, she would, that's her. I think it's either her grandmother or her great aunt or something like that. It's one of those. But yeah, that's why. You know, Leah's beautiful too. It's like, but Hedy Lamar was a show. Back when, they were dragging women around by their hair. Really? Dark ages. And that's like slapping women in the movies was standard.
Yeah, there was a early Bond films.
You don't see Steve smack the shit out of her. They did that Valley Sheepy, is that what it was? I forget who it was, the actress, but there's a scene where he's beating her fucking ass. It's horrible. Yeah, he's actually hitting her. Yeah, you can tell, like, she probably didn't know it was coming. She's got to be in the moment. Ali McGraw, yeah, it's horrible to watch. But this was like how men were treated.
Oh, this is the woman. This is the actor. Did you watch the what is that show about making the Godfather?
I didn't see that.
That was brilliant. Okay, yeah.
Vice perspective. Perspective, everyone's on the arrow. Everyone has an arrow. It's too bad. Choose it. Give me some fun. Okay, so you don't have to do it. Actually, this is horrible. Like, he's actually hitting her. Watch this. He's actually hitting her. And he's threatening to punch her in the face. She starts crying, and he hits her again. This was normal back.
Yeah, I'm wondering, like, how common when you were a kid was it to see, like, a man hit her?
I think for all of human history, it was normal to people start watching. And then what the fuck? Social media came along, and you could see. I think people with their kids, and people with their wives, and people with each other.
What was the transition?
What do you mean? So most people got to see it.
And you just got to see it legit.
Yeah. You don't have to. Yeah, you would never do it. Yeah. You don't have to do that. They want you to love them. Okay, they make mistakes. You got to communicate with them.
I have a question. What about when they are? How do you communicate with a child before he understands verbal commands? And how do you communicate right from the mom?
Well, I mean, before they understand verbal commands, you're talking about babies, right? They don't really, I mean, they can't walk. They start talking. My daughter started talking when she was 9 months old. Is that early? Yeah. She was walking. And talking very early. One of them. But the other one was like, but what I'm saying is, like, when they're verbal commands are just learning things, like babies, they can't do anything. Yeah, they can't even run away. Yeah, they're little tiny.
So at that age, you're not even teaching right and wrong.
You are. You're talking to them. Yeah, you talk to them with like sweetness, but you always talk. I always try to talk to children like they are talking to them.
You're very sweet, but it's a side of you that I don't know a lot of people. It's like you had your niece at the club and you were so sweet with her. And it was a cool time. The club was just wow, it was so cool.
It's a dream.
I know. And
It's a dream that I didn't even have. I didn't have that dream.
yeah, no comment goes into it going, I want to club.
Yeah.
And then to do it, but it was interesting. Like, I had this weird sensation. I said yesterday, I was just like, I'm like proud of you. But I don't mean that in like a patronizing way. genuinely proud of you. There's a specific thing I was thinking about this last night. And he kept talking about like this way of like funneling and learning over talent. Like, yeah, these are the comics that are gonna come up and we're gonna invest in these local Texas comics. They're gonna go through these shows around the world, around the country, present. What is it? This is the mothership presents and all these comic clubs. And I thought of the club. I did both of them. And the rooms do separate things for really. It's really important. That little room teaches intimacy and connection.
Yeah.
You can't just go up there and say words. You have to connect with them. Sometimes in big rooms, you just say words. You don't have to connect because the connection is a little bit long. It's a little bit filtered. So you can, which is another thing I love. The small rooms, which is a lot of times the New York guys, those laughs die quick. So you gotta tag them. Better punch on board. Better show them cooking. There's like a base build. So the small room, they get to learn how to really fucking put your foot on something.
You know, another thing that comes out of these rooms at the East Coast is the cold weather. The cold weather makes people impatient. They don't want to hear your bullshit. It's freezing outside. They want to go. Jesus fucking Christ. They get inside. They don't want to be loud. Yeah. Right.
And beautiful for booking. I thought about this one. I did a big one. And I'm not gonna be like, I was concerned about it. Because you said to me something about the big earlier. You were like, that was fun, but you said to me, you were like, it's the most honest.
But you're honestly hilarious.
Yeah, but
So there's no issue.
But that word, honest, is usually used when, like, let's have an honest conversation. It's never like, you're beautiful. You know? To be honest with you, you're beautiful. You're amazing. That's never, right? So, like, that's an interesting adjective. Don't necessarily develop the skill set until they're on the road, which is feeling space. And it was like, you can learn to step up. That's how I came up in New York. And then you go do 3,000 seats. How you feel? How you can absorb it. I'm watching Ron White go up there, and that's a perfect example. Just watch him. He's like Black Panther. You know what I mean? Just like absorbing everything, and then push back.
That dude hits it.
Oh, what's those guys are massive. And then, like, I don't know. I just feel like if that goal is, what we said yesterday, is like nurture this talent, creating, it can be great. Build this space.
Yeah, we built it specifically for them. So instead of like making it so that there's big name headliners, you charge a lot of money for every ticket. Instead of making money that way, what we decided to do is just don't think about that. Just think about what's the best place to develop comedy, and how do we develop comedy properly? Well, one, you have to have open mics 2 nights a week. So we have open mics Sunday and Monday, and then we also have experimental shows where like crowd suggestions and right on.
The bottom of the barrel.
Brian Simpson show.
Yeah. And then you get bits from it. Like the beauty of those shows is I think there's Jeremiah has one to stand up spot too. And it's like you get bits from that because you're living. Like the audience knows that you're just getting excited.
Yeah.
And that you're rolling with it.
They used to have one out here called the Riff that was good too. It was a wheel. You spin a wheel and it would roll and they like pick a card, like land on a card. That was good too. But it's like the whole idea is to be able to, it's like a premise factory. It's just like pumping out premises. And you never fucking know, man. I've had some bits that became like real good bits when I got out of those game shows.
Yeah, I don't want to. That's gonna be one. Like, yeah, there's those feelings sometimes. You say the line, you say, no,
That's a good fucking line.
It was just cool, man. It was just, there's an energy.
Well, everybody is working towards the right.
Can you talk about I think you're gonna fuck the game up with the pay too. That's can we talk about that? You are a good man and you care about me. I'll say that. I won't say it, but I will say it for you. And you're gonna fuck some people.
Well, the whole idea is just to make the best possible place for stand-up.
What Joe's trying to say is the whole idea is for him to make no money.
Yeah.
It's for comedians to make all the goddamn.
Well, my idea is to make it so that look, my only goal is the club break even. Like, I don't care if it's money. I don't worry about money. But I'm worried about. But it's like, so that's not what I'm interested in. What I'm interested in is like, what would be the best case scenario? You know, I was talking about when we're kids, when someone said, "Oh, if you had all this money, what would you do?" "Oh, I'd make the best fucking comedy club here. That's good just for comedians." So I'm like, "Why don't you just do that?" So I just, that was it. Yeah, it's awesome. Staff's awesome. Best people from the comedy store.
I mean, I already told you I was gonna come down that window, and but I will say after that week, like the energy that I saw from it. But and listen, I was also one of these people that like Austin can't sustain a comedy club. I think I told you that. I didn't know if it was possible. Now, granted, you have a pretty good batting average with things you care about. Like so far, I think you're batting like 1,000% on the breaks that you want to do.
Well, if you really like something, do it. It's infectious. You know, if you really love what you do, it's infectious.
I think with also the period of things I did realize that comedy is the professional sport. You have college football team,
Dope soccer team.
you got a soccer team, right? But for people who are not gay, oh no, we're kicking balls all day. That's fine. But comedy, I feel like, is the professional sport here, and the people who are in that ecosystem have become the professional athletes.
Well, for people who are comedy fans, imagine that this happens. Imagine if you're a comedy fan and the whole world shuts down, but Texas doesn't. And then people are looking at Texas like, it's comedy. And then some people come and visit. And then, you know, maybe some people know people who got sick and got better real quick. And maybe some people start getting skeptical. And maybe some people start saying, well, I haven't been sick in 10 fucking years. Am I the same as some that guy who smokes cigarettes? Like, what the fuck is going on here? And you know what upset? And the government continues to keep you shut down. You know what? I'm going to retire and convince 12 world-class comedians to move here too. Now, if I was a comedy fan and I was living around here, I'd be like, holy shit, what is happening? Because that's never happened before. All the scenes in our lifetime and in our predecessors' lifetimes were isolated. There was the Boston scene, which is like a scene that guys would get really good at, but all the good ones would leave. The Burrs and the Apollos and the Bees, you know, Dane Cooks, and everybody would leave. You know, Louis Trees, you know, they were all Stephen Wright, they'd all leave, right? But it was an amazing breeding ground. And then there was the New York scene, which is like A scene, and LA scene, which is like A minus. Like New York was generally better quality.
There was
comics.
no other opportunity for anything else.
Yes, but LA had the occasional Dom Herrera would stop in. But there was only those scenes. San Francisco was always a little shaky. It never really had like a rock solid, big, booming scene. But Austin does now. Like it does. And it didn't before. It was a small scene before. It was a good scene. You know, like some good comics came out of it. Brendan Walsh, you know, like Kinnison, they were in Houston here. But that was a long time ago. That was the 80s.
Like all my favorite comics are from Boston, and I'm trying to like understand why that is.
Because we grew up in a place where it's cold and no one gives a fuck, and the women are very mean.
Dude, I don't know. There's something to that. Like that's the women also have a sense of humor.
Yeah.
your mediocre sense of humor isn't
Not good enough.
good enough.
Not good enough.
You can't get laid with just regular jokes. The girls are already funny. Scotland's like this.
Yeah.
All her like
And
aunts and everything. It's like they are wallbusters. Like I had to learn comedy as like a defense mechanism because my aunts were ruthless. Ruthless. Just roasting my brother, me, and we're just sitting there like, okay, I gotta find a way to like handle this shit. But yeah, I almost wanted to lost it. And I asked him once, I was like, what do you think it is? And he said the same thing. But he also said, like, there's a arrogance to Boston too. Like, this is where the nation. Like, there's a what is that? They're like the aristocrats. They're like the original aristocrats. Like a guy who's like roofing in Boston still is like, yeah, but I'm from Boston. Like, and I wonder if you need that arrogance to also say the things that you want to say. Sometimes you can be crippled by working class environments where you're like, I'm not any better than just my friends. I shouldn't go on stage and say that, but who I think I am to go talk in front of these people. You need a little bit of bravado to
I
even
think
go after.
there's so many variables and so many factors. One of the factors is you need like a group of guys that are dedicated to comedy and are really getting after it, and they set the bar for everybody else. That was what was happening in Boston. It was Barry Crimmins. I remember Barry Crimmins became my friend, but I was fucking terrified of that dude. Why? Because he was the standard bearer. He would not let any hacks in. He would be angry at you if you were a hack. He was very well versed politically. You couldn't have some bullshit argument conversation with Barry Crimmins. He would destroy you. He was ruthless. And he was really fucking funny. And he was just like, he had great political material, great social material. He was a working class guy. And he set the standard. He was the fucking man in Boston. He was a proud security man. I wanted to avoid him. He thought it was really funny. Oh. Because he was the guy. He was like, he was smarter than everybody else. That's bad. He was smarter than everybody else.
And he had the highest standard.
He had the higher standard of comedy, and he was a mentor for the rest of the group.
So you see guys that pop up there like that, Robin.
Oh yeah, it's ruthless.
And he's ruthless. He has the highest standard of comedy. He's absolutely hilarious. And he genuinely loves helping you.
100%.
And it's rare that you get that concoction.
He's beautiful.
He is. I don't know if you even know the story of like driving all the way around the cab up and driving a bunch of guys up the road and being like, hey, you need to come up here. You need to be able to come over and find out what those roads. And he's had a
I heard it's hilarious because it's just like going for it. It's just like he's dying. I know. It was in the it was in the Ritzies the other day. Everybody was quoting shit. I was pulling my sides. Wild.
You can't refute it because he's not just saying wild shit if you want. He's coming from this place where it's like, I had these strokes.
Yeah, dude, and kill him.
I told him it's funny. I told him I think they stroked you up. I think it's like it's a benefit in a way.
It's funny that it's almost like you need something like that to be truly free. Sometimes. I did a theater in Miami once, and Wanda Cyrus and